This is what I meant when I was, and I'm probably was, once again, not articulate enough. This is what I meant when people start doing this thing. It's like, well, people don't perceive you as a select man, and I don't perceive this as like, I'm not here to have a conversation about your perceptions of societal ideas and pretty privilege. But you got to admit that there is a pretty privilege, and I don't care. That's and their retort will be something like, how you can just ignore all of these things? And in my mind, I'm thinking, these are the things that keep you in the place that you are. You're not actually thinking. You're thinking about what other people are thinking.
Yes, this is not original to you, and you're not even attempting to solve the actual problem in reality. You're trying to resolve your internal conflict by getting other people to validate and affirm you. I don't want any part of that. All the things you just said don't solve my actual problem in reality.
It's weird, man. It's just a weird, but it's consistent in each one of these cases.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever seen this. Have you ever had somebody ask you a question about something and then you give them the answer and then they get mad about the answer that you gave them? It's like, I had to tell you what this thing was for you to even get mad about it.
All right. My favorite is when they get mad at you about it and then disagree. Like, it was the whole point of agreement. That was the reason we got mad. You said, I don't even know if this is a thing. And I said, oh, this is certainly a thing in this context, in this context, in this context. See, this has some basis in reality. And then you were mad. How dare you say that? How do you know? How could anyone know? And that's not true. And I don't like it. Either it's not true or you don't like it. It can't be both. You're gonna have to pick one thing. I don't know why you're so angry, but we really gotta bring this in. We're moving farther and farther away from being solution focused.
That's so frustrating. Do people recognize this? There are people literally who they'll see a thing, they don't know what this thing is. You tell them what this thing is, and then they say, no, I don't believe that. You had no idea. I gave you everything that you got. Everything that you have, I gave it to you. And now you have a judgment? How did you come up with a judgment you didn't even know this was a thing? Yeah. It's like, next time, just be ignorant. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Just die.
Then we're not going to have this conversation as if we're equals. No, you go get your own evidence to judge, and then we'll talk about it.
Right. Exactly. And then they'll be mad and say, well, why didn't you tell me that? Because you're not conducive to information. You just don't accept information very well. So you got to figure it out yourself.
We came to this as equals. You did not participate at all. I did not offer you anything because you had something to trade. So when you get something, then we can have this. Well, that's just not very nice. And if you really cared about this problem like you say you do, you would make sure that you would give me a solution. I'm like, oh, that's not what I agreed to at all. I never supported the plan of me being your brain and your savior and or general problem solver. Like, I don't work for you. That's certainly not what I was offering. You may have thought I was, because I would have been. I apologize if you got that impression that I was going to just help you for free and just randomly do all your thinking and your work for you. But I just actually we had a similar problem, so I figured maybe you would.
Man, that is so common. If you lay this stuff out and you help people understand what it is, I'm hoping that it's helpful, because these things are repetitive. If you understand what they are at their core, then you can detect these things. And
right. Quickly.